This conclusion was, um, it was just all right. It was just all right. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for season 3 episodes, basically episode 20, which is the part 2 of the reunion for Real Housewives of Potomac. And as I said, the conclusion was just okay. It was just okay. We were kind of led to believe that it was really get ready to jump off, like something was really ready to jump off. Last week's part 1 was really good. It was really good, really, really interesting. This week was just a wrap up for the most part. I mean, they had to do 2 parts, so it was cool. It was cool. It wasn't, I don't feel as though there was time wasted, but it didn't jump off like what we were led to believe, like, oh, it's ready to go down, but whatever. So let's just talk about it. Okay, first things first. There was this whole it was a little spot there where Andy, with his messy ass, was asking Candace about a wedding invitation for Gizelle. She's like, he said, Giselle's not invited to the wedding. What's up with that? Are you going to invite her? She turned around, she looked over there and said, she'll be just fine at home. I said, that's, child, I guess that's rude, child. That's rude. It was rude. I said, it was necessary, but it was rude, child. That's some good rude shit. No, that bitch will be fine at home. I said, Charles Gizelle just kind of just looked at her, and I was like, she kind of got you, bitch, on that one, but whatever. Then we end up finding out that Gizelle is back dating Sherman. I said, I'm going to tell you how I feel about that. I don't think so. I don't think so. I would not be back dating Sherman with his wishy-washy ass. No, you don't want to be in the spotlight. No, you... when the tide shift and everything wasn't all peachy king and it looked like there was just a little bit of a drama, you jumped ship. Why would I jump back into it with you? She better than me. Maybe it's the money. Must be the money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she give gold digger tease too, but it has to be. There's no way. There's no way you stick me in and that was embarrassing. That he basically kind of like dumped her. Because that's what he did. He just dumped you, bitch. You didn't really do nothing. But things got a little uncomfortable for him where it pertained to you, and he just dumped you. No real explanation, just fucking stop calling you, stop fooling with you. Must be the money, child. Whatever. And Andy, he's so fucking messy. He's asked her, girl, are you dating more people than just Sherman? And she just was looking. That bitch never did say no. Anyway, on stepped Cherisse. She had this dumbass dress on. I said, where is she going? It looked hot. The dress looked hot. Because it looks like, and does it look like Cherisse gained weight? Is that what it looked like to y'all? And I kept trying to figure out, was it the dress or was it her? And I'm looking at her face. her face looked puffy. And I couldn't figure, is this hairstyle? Because usually she has all this long shit hanging. But she had a decent wig on. Everybody's in this same little bob situation. And the wig was nice. And I was thinking maybe it was the haircut that was doing it. Or it might be that dumbass dress that was wrapped up around her neck. And she fucking looked like the Wiz with that dress. I just, that dress I wasn't feeling it. It was like up around her neck and the collar and the arm pieces had this whole quilted type of feel. And I just looked at her and said, he's the Wiz and he lives in Oz. I said, I ain't like that. And that's the look that I had when I looked at her. I was like, I didn't like that dress. It was a real beautiful shade of red. When she stood up, I loved all the drama of it. Like, so literally, maybe from here down, I could deal with it. But from here up, it was just a crock of shit. Because they had all this drama at the bottom. I said, okay, now I'm down with that. With all this train. But again, that didn't, sitting down, it was useless because you couldn't really see it until the very, very end when she went to walk away. And I was like, oh, girl, I said, okay, now from under the boobs to the ground, I'm here for it, standing up. But that Wiz looking, I didn't like that. I didn't care for that. I didn't care for that at all. And she just was sitting over there with her old bitter ass. She's always sitting around looking like she done ate some prunes. Just stupid. I can't stand her. And she was just doing the same old shit that she been doing. And it's the whole thing with her and Monique, the friendship is just collapsed. It is completely collapsed. They had brought the husbands on. Chris basically said, I love Cherisse. I loved her like a sister. And then said, she was my favorite of all the women on the whole cast. And he said, but when you cross Monique, that's it. She don't go back. And he know it. He know it because his mammy crossed Monique and she ain't never spoke to her ass again. And you already know where he going to go and you know where he going to side. He went and sided against his mammy for fucking with his wife. So, Cherisse, you didn't stand a chance, bitch. And he gave her, I loved her, but fuck her at him. I said, oh, all right. Now, they talked about all that, it was that whole shit. That was the whole thing. That was all they really did with Cherisse. And that was it. What do I feel on her other than that? I was like, oh, okay. And they told her, you can go, bitch. See you. Me, you sitting here, that old dumbass dress on. We're done. Goodbye. She went about her business. Then they talked about Matt, too. And it seems as though Matt ain't nothing but an old, shady-ass, goddamn social climbing queen. I said, oh, they talked about, he's literally tried to befriend all the women. And when he gets with them, he basically is saying different things about the other cast. I said, Miss Matt, bitch. Really? Really? How petty is that? How corny is that? I knew there was something about him I didn't really care for. And I knew it was more than that he was just goofy and ugly looking. It was something about him that just seemed a little shifty. I said, I'm glad they busted his ass out. And Carrie's like, oh, don't throw him under the bus. He's nice. He ain't nice. He's full of shit. And he looked like a little wet, drunk rat. Horrible. Anyway, moving on. Ray and Michael. What the hell? Now, but first of all, it was Michael. Michael was the aggressor. Michael came on here, and the best way that I can explain it is Michael came onto the set literally acting exactly like Ashley. And he was coming at Ray. He was coming at Karen. Karen wasn't having the shit. Karen called that motherfucker a weirdo, told him to shut the fuck up, and told him your shit is raggedy, motherfucker. You know, she was getting his ass, and Ray was like, Karen, really? And Karen's like, okay, Ray, I'll be good. This, that, the other. Then the next thing you know, he was firing at Ray, and he was like, shut the fuck up. You know, your fucking shit is raggedy. You know, it was like, Ray. So Michael was getting on my nerves. And it all came down to Michael was actually really mad at Karen about the stuff that she said about him with the gay man and all the shit that was in the Inquirer. He was mad about that. Whatever. It was in the Inquirer, Michael. Who cares? He got the receipts, baby. He's like, here, you can look at my passport, this, that, and this, that, the other, and on and on and on. I said, child, if y'all don't quit it. Then Ashley chimes in, and she's talking about how Karen has a cease and desist order on her about the old Blue Eyes situation and her cheating on Ray and all of that. I was like, now y'all going a little too hard on that. Ray talked about how he had actually hired a private investigator a while back and that he had that whole situation under wraps and that he was okay with it. And Ashley was giving, trust your instincts, Ray. This, that she was out of order. She's out of order. I was like, y'all flirting around with some shit, honey. If the man said he all right with it, you need to really leave it alone for really being disrespectful. Because Ray really don't be bothering nobody. But Ray was holding his own and he was getting them. But I said, wow, this is such a bad look for Michael to come on and really be talking to Ray like this. And he was firing at Ray the same way Ashley fires at Karen. I was just like, wow. And you shouldn't sign any tax documents that you. I said, and for a minute, Ray was just like taking it. And then Ray was like, hey, don't fucking tell me. I know what the fuck I'm doing, and your business is not all on the up and up. I looked over there. Michael's eyes was getting all watery. I said, because he done gotten your ass now. But he looked drunk. Michael looked drunk to me. He looked beat down and he looks drunk. Beat down, drunk, and tired. I said, fucking with people. Anyway, just a whole mess. Just a mess. Then we found out that Ashley had a miscarriage. So that shifted everything. You know, so then it was the spotlight was on them. They started talking about the situation with her mom. And at that point, that shifted the whole atmosphere. And Karen basically said, you know what, I don't like you. I don't like your ass. And I don't get along with you. But in lieu of everything that's gone on, life is too short. And I didn't like watching that whole thing when we were watching the season and all the stuff that was going on with you and your mom, because I like your mom. You know, and I like the relationship you have with your mom. And things is different when you ain't got no mom. So you better embrace your goddamn mother and all your family members and mend the bullshit and all of this. I said, come on with a word from Karen after she cussed you out, bitch. But she did. Karen brought it all the way down. And it seems that Ashley said they have literally mended the situation with her mom. The guy, she's still with the guy, but they were saying how the guy is actually doing better now. He's actually working. And has held a job longer than he's ever held one. That they actually spent a full day together as a family, and things are on the up and up and everything like that. Then it flipped into this whole thing of how, since she had the miscarriage and all that, now Michael's on board with having a baby with Ashley and all of this. And Michael was kind of like he was never really, well, I did want to have a baby with her, this, that, the other, and all. Like we should just excuse and forget that everything during the show went on. So it really did make me side-eye them like, so did y'all just do all this for the show? That Michael and Ashley, and their mother, that mammy, they made for good TV. But you could just throw all of them in the fucking garbage. All of them. Because it just sounds like some icing put on top of a nasty cupcake. Is what it sounds like to me. Because nothing in your situation really has changed. Everything is still there. It just sounds like y'all prettied it up for us. For the end of this to shift the narrative. Like I said, icing on a nasty cupcake. I don't know. I don't know how I felt about that. And I was just like, okay, fuck all of y'all. I'm done with this shit. So, until next season. Later.